Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am back, guys. I'm back on my grinds. We're over 1,200 subscribers, so let's keep growing. I gave up on you guys for a little while, and I'm sorry for that. I'm very sorry for that, but we're back. All right. And today, I think I know the cause of my issues with the Mustang. So, guys, I was doing some thinking, and 98 for GT, Cobras, and I even think it was V6s too. They used a weird fuel system where it was return still, but it was almost like they were going returnless. Well, I have that fuel system, and a while back I put a SVT Focus pump in this car. Now, that is great and dandy and all, but there's one thing that I did not do when I put that pump in here, and that would be drill holes in the basket. So what I'm thinking is, now that we have a 456 gear and everything, the car pulls, from the draggy video that I posted a little while ago, the car pulls over a G on acceleration. So I'm thinking the fuel is actually sloshing to the back of the tank and it's sucking the basket dry, is what I'm assuming is going on here. It is very, very common for these cars for that to happen, especially with the bigger pump, because the bigger pump flows a lot more than the factory pump. And when I remove this tank, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Eventually, we're going to do an 0304 Cobra fuel system on this, but a return style. On3 actually makes the full fuel system for this car. So we are going to have to do that at some point. But right now, I'm going to kind of just do a Band-Aid on it where it's going to work fine, but we're not going to be able to run the car under a quarter tank of fuel. Otherwise, the car is going to experience breakup issues, which I'm fine with. I don't normally run this car that low on fuel anyways. It's not a road trip car, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting in this car and driving hundreds of miles where I need my whole gas gauge to work. If I'm taking this car out, it's to beat the ever-living shit out of it, race people, have fun with it, and that's just how it is. So I'm going to start by dropping the tank, which I got to get this car up on ramps and everything, but we're going to start by dropping the tank, and this tank is very easy to remove. It's been out a bunch of times. So let me get this car up, show you guys how to remove a gas tank in a 94 to 98 Mustang if you guys don't know how to do that. And I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about this stupid basket design. So you could do this like one of two ways. You can unbolt the neck from the car, and then there's a boot down here that you can also unbolt. I don't really prefer doing it that way. What I prefer doing is pretty much just lowering the tank and sliding the filler neck out of the tank, which is effectively the same thing. You're just not removing the whole neck with the tank, which if you don't have a lot of gas in your tank, it's really not too bad. If you have a lot of gas in your tank, you might want to actually unbolt that because it will make it easier. You'll just be able to go straight down. I only have a half tank, so I'm just going to use a little bit of muscle and do what we got to do here. So, yeah. Underneath the car here, we got this guy right here, which is an 8mm that holds your neck in place. It's just like a little hanger type bracket thing. And then you're going to have two straps, these two right here. One plug that goes to your fuel pump assembly, and then once you lower this down a little bit, you'll be able to get to the lines up top. Now I have an extra step because I wanted to put this big ass diff cover here, but I have just this right here holding my fuel lines away from this diff cover because they were making contact at some point, so I just have to take that off really quick, but that ain't no big deal. But yeah, so pretty much very straightforward, easy tank to remove, definitely not difficult whatsoever. But yeah, see the bolts right here, and you have a bolt right here, up in here, and then you have one bolt here, and then that strap will just pivot and slide out. So let's get the old girl out and get these holes drilled in the basket. All you guys that don't know, these cars, you can use a Focus SVT pump, which the part number for that I'll put down here on a text strip for you guys, but Aerotex makes the pump. If you go on Rock Auto, it's very, very cheap. I found a wholesale closeout, which it was only $10 for the pump and then like $10 for shipping. So I'll put that part number down here, and just in case anybody needs it. All right, so I was gonna remove the whole tank, but I don't feel like dealing with the filler neck over there. So all I did was I just unloosened the 3 bolts that hold it to the car, just so I can get like a little bit of wiggle room out of it. These are all 8mm. There's a couple of them that hold the pump to the tank. I'm pretty much just going to unloosen those. We're going to lift the pump up, and we're going to see our fuel pump and everything, and we're going to drill holes in our basket, and more or less we're just going to put it back in and get everything hooked back up, and hopefully have no more fuel starvation problems. Hopefully, really hope so. I do have a new fuel pump coming for this just in case, but I'm not going to use it if I don't need to. Like, this pump seems to be working fine, so we're going to drill holes in the basket, and hopefully that's going to solve all of our issues, hopefully. So I got the pump out, and I'm sure you can understand from this little asshole right there, that is our fuel pickup right there for the pump. That is just unacceptable, Ford, unacceptable. That is not enough, that is for sure. And it's on the bottom, so like this lives in the bottom, so only minor fuel gets to that, guys. So I'm sure you can see why I'm assuming the basket is getting sucked dry. Yeah, that would be the reason. This thing is literally smaller than my pinky finger. So more or less what we're going to do is I'm going to look a picture up online just to make sure I drill them in the proper place. But from what I've seen, we're going to drill this guy out here to about 1/2 inch. Obviously, I got to dismantle the fuel pump and everything, so this way we don't drill into our pump. We definitely don't want to do that. But I'm going to drill this out to 1/2 inch. And then we're just going to make a couple more holes. We're going to make one here, probably one in the corner here. And we're probably going to do one here and one over here, just so fuel can flow everywhere. But you don't want to do this to the back side of the pump, which is, I believe, this side. Yeah, it's this side right here. You don't want to do it to the back side because the 98 tanks, they don't have a baffle inside. So this actually is designed to work with no baffle because the fuel stays in this cylinder right here. Granted, this is a very small cylinder, so more or less we're sucking the basket dry under hard acceleration is what my thought process is. It's all over the internet. You guys can look it up for yourself. It does happen very frequently with these fuel systems on these particular cars. 0304 Cobras, they don't have the issue. They have a twin pump. They're a totally different design. They have a baffle in the tank and everything. But this car in specifically has this stupid ass design where we're gonna have to do something about it. So like I said, I'm gonna drill a couple holes, you know, here, all underneath here, and it should solve our fuel starvation problems. It should. I'm probably also gonna take this stupid rubber screen out of here too. It just get rid of all of it. It has its own filter. It doesn't need it. So see what happens. All right, guys, don't mind the terrible holes. The drill bit actually caught and cracked the plastic, but it's okay. It's gonna work. So we got the one hole there, the one hole there. That is the factory hole with the circle around it. And that was really small, like smaller than my pinky, which now it's much bigger. My pinky can fit inside the hole now. So yeah, we have the bigger factory hole, which was the only hole from before. We have the one next to it, we have that one, and then we have 2 in the front side. Like, this is gonna sit like this in the tank, so when we accelerate back, the fuel will still get held up on the back wall here, and it won't, you know, suck it dry. So it'll still work as a baffle, but at the same time we'll get much more fuel in the car. So that is what you have to do for these cars. Unfortunately, it's just a dumb design, but that's what you do. All right, guys, so we have one modified fuel pump basket. Everything, I put a new strainer on the pump, but I wasn't able to get this strainer right here, so I just sprayed that out with brake clean. I'm about to put it back in the car and get everything buttoned up. We'll take it for a ride. Yes, we will take it for a ride in this video and see if our problem's solved or not. I'm gonna watch the wideband, see what's going on with it. I'm hoping this is it, man. It feels like it's spark or fuel related, so this is a free fix. It just cost me time. So we're gonna try this first, and then we're gonna go from there. If we have to do coil packs and crank and cam sensors, I will. It's not crazy expensive, but like I said, this is free. And I do have a new pump coming too, so I might be bringing the gas tank back down. I'm not really sure yet. I was going to wait for this pump to fully go, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to get this thing back in the cart. It's literally just goes reverse order of what I showed you guys taking it out. So I'm not going to film that for you, but I will film starting the car up and everything. And I will definitely film a pull later, see what we do. We'll run with the draggy and everything. So you guys will see all that later on tonight. All right, guys, so we got our tank all the way back in. Got my fucking cousin over here working on this fucking... What the
That's
fuck?
a real fucking OBS.
What the fuck
life,
is this
baby.
fucking thing, bro? What is this?
F350.
This thing's gas, right?
Nah, it's a diesel.
Oh, it's diesel. Oh,
7.3.
shit. Oh, shit. So anyways, we're about to fire her up. And if we did everything correctly, it should start right up. We should have no leaks. We shouldn't have anything weird going on. So here goes nothing. Okay, we're primed. I'm going to prime it a couple times just because we had all the lines off and everything. Make sure there's no air or anything like that. Let's see what happens. She loves it. All right. Sounds good. Let's make sure there's no leaks under here. I don't smell any gas. I don't see any gas. So I would probably say we're good. So now mainly what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it for a ride. I got the draggy on the dashboard already right here. Right there on the dashboard. So we'll do another draggy log and everything. Hopefully I can get the car to hook up a little bit better for you guys. I would really like a 12.9 on the street, but I don't know. I can't make any guarantees. My shifting is definitely a little rusty. Definitely got to get back into the feel of it and all, but we'll see what we can do. We're going to take it for a ride. We'll see if we still experience the breakup and everything, and we'll see what kind of pass we can get on the draggy. I mean, if it's not breaking up, it should go a lot quicker than it did my last draggy video I posted, so we'll see what happens, man. Hey guys, so it is it's pretty late, but we're you know, warming the Mustang up a little bit here. Grab myself a water, and I gotta grab my radar detector out of the Subaru. Once we do that, get some heat in the car. We're gonna go rip on it a little bit, see what happens. Really hoping it's fixed. Really hoping it's fixed. If it's fixed, I'll try to do another draggy run. If it's not fixed, you guys will probably just see a pull of it still being messed up, still breaking up. But hopefully it's fixed. Really hope so. If not, we're gonna have to do coil packs and cam and crank sensor and go from there. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. It's got me stumped, but let's see what happens. It's a really beautiful night out, and it's good weather to be ripping on the car, so that's exactly what we're gonna go do. We're just getting gas, making sure that we're not gonna run this thing low. So I don't know how it's gonna react to the holes in the basket, so I'm filling the tank, just making sure, and I'm gonna take it for a rip, see what happens. So fingers crossed. So I am gonna say right off the rip, AFRs are looking a lot better, so this could be promising, but I don't want to speak too soon. I haven't done a pull yet, but the AFRs do look better. So like, I got in it a little bit, just like accelerating, and we would normally hit about 12.4 on the AFR gauge. Well, now we are actually hitting like 11.6, so we're a tad bit richer. So I'm thinking in the tune he probably targeted about 11.5. And I don't think before we were able to actually pump that volume of fuel. So I don't think it was ever getting there. So let's see what happens, man. I'm about to hit like the actual highway out in Mexico, and we'll do a 3.4 and we'll see if the car breaks up or not. That's really the only way to tell. cars, but hopefully we'll be good, man. I really hope so. I'm gonna probably turn around and go back the other way. I don't want to get too much attention on myself right now. We'll see what happens. Nah, she spit right there, right on the shift. Damn it, dude. I hate to admit defeat, guys. I really do. That one pull was so promising. It was so promising. But I did notice I didn't shift exactly at redline, which is probably why it did not break up in between the shift. I shifted like right before. It was probably about like 6,700 RPMs. So it didn't break up when I went 3-4. As soon as I brought it up to redline in the second pull, it did the stupid bullshit, the hiccup bullshit that it's been doing. I don't know, man. The AFRs, they do look better. It's definitely on the richer side now, which is good in a way, I guess. We were probably making more power before on the lean side, but whatever. I don't know, man. I really don't know. This is terrible. I've never had such a problem car in my life, bro. So unfortunately no draggy pull, but I will put the terrible one that I did the other night. It was absolutely terrible, guys. I like missed third. I didn't adjust the pressure in the tires, so it spun real bad. And yeah, the car's obviously breaking up in between shifts. That's not a good thing either. So all of that reflects the time that I ran with the draggy. But to be honest with you guys, it ran a 13.6 on the street with a 2.0 60 foot, a 2.0. So realistically, it's definitely faster than it was back in the day when I would race it on the track. How much faster, I don't know quite yet. We need to get the car right, and that'll tell us what exactly we are gonna run. I hear like a really big beetle over there. That's why I keep looking over there. Hopefully that thing don't go in my car. But yeah, so it was just a bunch of bullshit in that pull. I messed up a lot, and it's my fault, but it is what it is. I'll post it for you guys at the end here, and I guess we'll get some coils, we'll get a crank sensor, cam sensor, all Motorcraft OEM parts, and we will give it another go. I mean, we got to fix it. We have to fix it. The car ain't going nowhere, period. End of discussion. I don't care how mad it gets me, because it's getting me very, very mad. But anyways, we'll get it right. We will get it right. I just can't promise exactly what's going to fix it. So I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please drop a like up on this video. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, guys. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. Just hit the subscribe button down below. I got plenty of cars to work on, plenty of content. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Enjoy the pull at the end of the video. Peace out.